The one thing that's so stupid about what we're doing here that a lot of people don't understand, especially if you're not into gassers, and I'm not talking about into gassers, I'm talking about period correct gassers. There's a big difference in a gasser and a period correct gasser. Period correct gasser has got to be built wrong on purpose because we're using old technology. Everybody knows better. There's better ways to do things. But as obvious, we're drawing way more spectators than the ones that's doing it the modern way. Sticking to my guns on this period correct thing has caused me a lot of headaches, and I've lost a lot of friends over it. You know, it's people that I really thought were my friends, and I guess we're still friends, but maybe they was expecting special favors. I don't know, but sticking to my guns has really caused, I guess let's just say we took the road least traveled, because I could have done this a whole lot easier if I just opened it up saying, okay, everybody with an old body and a straight axle, come, let's go racing. But then you got a bracket race. We don't bracket race. We heads up, first man to finish line wins, just like it was in the 60s. Gassers never bracket raced.
As far as fitting in with the older folks go, I feel like I do. I feel like I'm old at heart. I feel like I got an old soul. As my handout says, I'm the young gun in the old holster. So just because it's new skin doesn't mean that it's any old blood or new blood. And so with that being said, I feel like I fit in with these old guys. I get along. I talk about 47 Chevrolets, 48 Anglers, all the way to daggum 55 Chevrolet gassers. It doesn't matter. I feel like I fit right in, and I just feel right at home with the Southeast gassers. In my own eyes, sometimes I feel like an old modified racer. These small block Chevrolets, high winding, 4-speeds, just as the modified guys were. You know, the modified was more 70s, early 80s or whatnot. But these old gassers, man, it's the same thing except junk suspension, junk cars, straight axles. But to go back to modified, yeah, I feel like if we was reproducing the 70s and 80s, I feel like I'd be right at home in a modified car, no doubt.
Pretty amazing. We started just grudge racing each other, me and Quain, 2 gassers. Mine happened to be original gasser. And it started off with 2 cars, 4 cars. Now it's turned into over 30 cars. So pretty amazing. Well, what's fun about it is the car don't ever do the same thing, no matter what you do or how much testing you go do. I tested last week and come back and it's a whole different animal today than it was. So it's such a challenge, and cars are so violent. That's what makes it so challenging for the driver and everything. No electronics. Pretty cool.
from drag racing, and this brought me back out, see what's going on, enjoying it. Got my family together. We all come.
Are you having the time of your life?
Having the time of life, yeah.
At heart, I know I'm 22 years old. On paper, I'm 22 years old, but anywhere else says I'm 70 years old, 70 or 80 years old. I mean, I'm in a 48 Anglia running this 1967 show. And so being 22 years old, just because it's what it says on paper, doesn't mean that's what Donovan Stott is. Donovan Stott's an old soul, enjoying old stuff, running with good competition like Greg Porter's self. Everybody out here is great competition.
This was going on in the horror of the Vietnam era, so you know this was probably the only good thing that ever came out of that was the gasser wars, we used to call it, or they did. I was a kid, and you know, so yeah, this is probably the grandest thing that could have ever come out of that era.